outside. We're having fun. Keep clapping because our next comic, he's from out of town. He's super fucking funny. Put your hands together because I'm going to get this right. Alex Giampapa, baby!
Commercial breaks every quarter hour on the dot.
This is going to be a very special set because so I got placed on this show and I was going to talk about, I've had a couple normal arrests. Who hasn't thrown a rock at a cop? Yeah, well, fair enough. And then on Wednesday night, after a few shows, myself, two comedians, Ben Quick and Reid Clark, and a guy named Willie, took part in a citizen's arrest. Yeah, this seriously happened, man. And so, mostly Willie was the hero. We were just there. But we got the credit. We got the credit big time. So I'm going to bring up a couple of comedians who were involved. They're going to tell their part of the story, and I'll start us off. So Wednesday night, it's about 11 o'clock. We're doing some stuff at the bar. We're doing a little drinking. It's going quite fun. And then we realize that we're super high and we're also super hungry. So everyone else is going to another bar, and we decide to head over to this taco place. It's on, where was it? 19th and Mission, La Taqueria Cancun. And so we're right there, and it is not open. It's very closed, so we can't get any tacos, and we're not feeling good about it. So we're both standing on opposite sides of the sidewalk, and stage left, we see three very, very drunk, we're going out for the night, and we're looking for a fight kind of women. So they're coming from the left, and you know the type. Like, we're looking at them, and we're like, well, something's going to happen. And then stage right, we got these two guys coming out of the liquor store. They're wearing sweatpants. They got a cup. They got like a 6-pack of Bud Lights. They're in our life is bad mode, right? Then they're about to collide. And for this section here, I'm going to bring up a great comedian from Boston. He's my roommate as well over in Boston, and most importantly, a hero. Please welcome to the stage Ben Quick.
All right, so Alex is there. I am with, very confused. I'm very high, I'm very drunk, and I have not slept, and I'm still jet lagged, and I don't know what's going on at all, except for that this guy decides he's going to bump into the girl, and immediately the girl spins around, and her friend just goes, "You going to apologize for bumping into my friend?" And the guy was like, "No, I'm not gonna apologize for shit." And within about, a half a second, they were just... I think, shoved her back. She got right back in his face. She starts to go at him, and he throws a punch and hits her in the head. And that's, I got a friend here, Willie. I don't know, he was the guy. Willie, guys, he's here. He's not a comic, and that's why he was the only one of us to realize it was time to be a good person. Because I had two things. First of all, I was really high and really drunk, and I didn't know what was exactly happening. But then my second thought was, I maybe should break this up, but I kind of got even money on it. Yeah. These three girls were not going to fuck around. And
They could have just lost on their own.
Yeah, and also like in hockey, you wait till someone has the upper hand, and then you jump in for the fight. But I, at that point, was like, all right, Willie puts the guy in a headlock, and we began to try to break it up. And then everybody's into this middle melee. And now me and Alex and Reid, who you'll hear from, we also are kind of jumping in, but a little more just because at this point we have to. We're like, I guess we got ourselves into this.
We're pretty apathetic about it.
Yeah. But the weird point where it gets weird is that he's then got her hair, and he's pulling her hair. So I jump in, and I grab the guy's hands because he's in a headlock, and as every time we pull him, he's pulling her. So I grab his hands, and I pull him into the girl so that he can't pull her hair, take the tension off. At which point I participated in really just a huge assist for the girl because she just destroys his face with her nails. I mean, like oh my gosh. And he pops off. He jumps off, and it breaks up, and his face is bleeding, and he starts yelling, "Hey, look at my face! Look at my face! Look at what you did to my face!" And then Willie says, "Yeah, don't hit women." Real easy. So at that point, the group tries to re-engage, and at that point, Willie starts to yell, "Hey, call the police, this man hits women, call the police, this man hits women," and everybody seems to run, and they take off. the two guys take off at this point, and immediately I look up because I don't want to call the police, and I look up and I'm happy to see like 6 or 7 people all pull out their phones and they start filming. So we're fucked. So I'm like, God damn it, I gotta call the police now. Thanks, guys. So I call. So I call 911, and I am panicking, and I'm going, I don't know where I am, I don't live here, and they're like, that doesn't help us at all. And so I get to my cross street, I tell them what's going on, and meanwhile everyone else is taking off beyond me, and that's the next part of the story I'll pass off to.
All right, let's hear it for Ben, quick. Let's hear it. And for the next part of the story, I'm going to bring your next comedian to the stage. This dude's absolutely hilarious. He's from Seattle. Please welcome Reid Clark.
So should I stand over here? Does it matter? All right, so Ben is calling the police, and I go to the squad, and I'm like, yo, we can still fuck these ladies. And So we follow them as like what's gonna be like, oh, is everyone okay? Anyone need a Band-Aid or something? Any baby's got a boo-boo? And the San Francisco Police Department have a very quick reaction time. So in that time, no, actually we followed the Mexican dude. They didn't feel the need to say their race because they're white, but it was 2 Mexican dudes, 2 black girls, and a white girl. We followed the Mexican dude with his face all scarred up, but he like fucking jumped into some fence and then ran through. He did some Friday shit, and we couldn't find him. And then I went and found the ladies, and one of the girls was like mad. One of the white girls was like really mad. She like threw her bag down, and she was like, "Fuck!" And we were like, "The cops are here. You can tell them your story, like Barbara Walters, And they all went. They were gonna follow us, and I was like, "Oh, you're gonna leave your bag here?" And the white girl was like, "Yeah, nigga." And I paused. I made a face, and I guess she picked up on it, so she was like, "Oh no, it's fine. I can say that my son is black." And she could have said, she didn't say like I like black guys. She didn't say my friends are black. She said my son is black, as if every morning she's like, "Oh, good morning, nigga. Want some eggs?" We called him Little Nigga Jr. after his father. So so I said, okay, it's fine. Tensions are high, and a big takeaway from that is that I have a pair of Prada glasses that I found in her bag because, she called me a nigger. And then
That's mine. Let's hear it for Reid Clark, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we're about at the end of the set here. So, you kind of assume that's the end of the story. This part here is where it goes from, that's crazy to, you should write a book. So, Reid breaks off, and it's me, Willie, and Ben, and we're looking around for a taco spot because we realize we have not even eaten yet. And we finally find one, and it's probably 2:30 a.m. It's about an hour and a half later, and it's in a completely different part of town. And we're leaving, and we're going over to a bus stop to go home. And off in the distance, we see 2 police officers. And one of the cops turns over, and from a distance, the cop goes, "No way!" And we were like, what? It's the same 2 cops that were on the job, the fight that we were at earlier. It's the same 2 guys. Completely unrelated part of town. And we're just running into each other like old buddies. And so we walk up, and we get a little bit closer, and we realize they're talking to somebody, and the dude that they're talking to has scars all over his face. Turns out this guy called the fucking paramedics because he got his face scratched up, and these 2 cops are the first people on the job, right? And so, we're walking over, and they're like, was this the guy? And we were like, yeah. That was the guy. We just slipped on a banana peel and landed into being a hero. Right? So, ready? This isn't even the best part. So, the cop looks over at Willie and is just kind of like, you said you put this dude in a headlock, right? And Willie's like, yeah. And he's like, that counts as a citizen's arrest. So if you sign this piece of paper here, we can say that you arrested him and we're re-arresting him. But you get the credit. Let's bring it up. Willie, come to the stage here. This is our hero, Willie Mays, baby.
Thank you.
You can follow him on Instagram. His username is groundskeeper__Willie with an IE. His name's Willie, and he's actually a groundskeeper, which is insane also. But listen, that's the end of our story. Thank you very much. This has been a blast.